Yes, people, I was 90 kg. I looked in the mirror, I hated how I looked. I felt slow, I felt sluggish, I had spots on my face. The food I was eating on a day-to-day was every junk food you could think of. I was eating the pizza, the cookies, the Belgian bun. I used to go to Greggs every day and I'd grab 2 Belgian buns and stuff them both down. I did this in the name of dirty bulking. It was okay because I was dirty bulking, I was trying to gain weight. But I got to a point where I gained too much weight, where I didn't like how I looked anymore. I needed to cut down. So my idea, how I thought I'd cut down, is I'd just eat less food. I'd not eat as much as I did before. Sounds smart. And I tried it, and every day I finished and I would be starving. I was like, I'd sit there and it'd be like, okay, you're done with your calories today. I'd sit there and my stomach would still rumble. I'd feel so deprived of food. So obviously I cheated on my diet every time. I couldn't sit there with such hunger. Instead I'd just start eating again and I'd start still gaining weight. I never knew this diet, which changed it all for me, which allowed me to lose the weight and eat until I was full and eat until I felt fine. So hi, my name's Cheeto. 2 years ago I started a gym journey. I started as a skinny teen. I started with really low self-confidence. But I made many mistakes in the process. I bulked up, I got too heavy, I got chubby. And now, over the 2 years, I've been able to get into good shape. I've been able to try every method and just feel like I've got a sick physique and feel proud of who I am. And I know how hard it was at the start too, as there's so much misinformation out there and you feel so pulled in so many directions and so lost as it's like, what do I do? What exercise is best to do? But I can help you with that. Right now, I'm currently offering free coaching. To click the link in the description to get it, as I'll help you with your diet and to build your dream physique. But when I got on this diet, I lost 20 kg. I went from this really chubby, like bloated guy to being lean, to like seeing ab veins and just feeling so sick about it. And what this diet was, is I stopped eating the processed food and instead only ate single ingredient foods. So I only ate foods that had 1 ingredient or 2 ingredients on the label. This meant I had to cut out things like bread, I had to cut out cereal, I had to cut out pizzas, I had to cut out just most foods you could ever think of. Instead, I had to eat the foods that Mother Nature made for us. The only foods I ate were the natural foods that we would have had when we were cavemen. And to tell this, I would look at the back and I'd look at the ingredients on the label. Any food I saw with only 1 to 2 ingredients in. So this meant I was eating steak, chicken, meat, and I'd have to cook them all myself. I had to cook the eggs, and these foods were helping me lose the weight. Why I did this and why I chose to go in this direction is because all the processed foods that I ate, it made me fat. It made me gain the weight and get chubby. Why I did this and why I chose to cut out all the processed foods and just eat these single ingredient foods is because the processed foods, it didn't react well to my body. It doesn't react well to yours either. When I ate these processed foods, I just gained fat. My cheeks got chubby, my skin got spotty. Didn't like how I looked. All these foods, all it was sugar, and it all got converted into my body as fat. So I didn't gain no muscle, I didn't get bigger. Instead, I just got fat. Why the single ingredient foods, why the non-processed foods are so good is because these have the nutrients in your muscles need. These actually don't get stored up in your muscles, not in your belly and in your fat. So eating these, like the vegetables, the fruit, the meat, the eggs, it allowed me to store muscles, store nutrients in my muscles instead of getting all this weight and getting all this fat. And doing this single ingredient diet, it's allowed me to go and bulk as well from that 70 kg I cut down to get into 80 kg and still being able to stay as lean, still being able to have the ab veins. And why this is because I don't get the fat. Instead, I just get the muscles. I just get the nutrients which go into my muscles and I just get the muscles. But this is a very hard diet to implement, especially when I started out. So how I started is I started to just add a little single ingredient foods in each day. I first started adding like bananas, adding meats, adding chicken, adding rice. I started to add these into my meals, have these for tea. And then over the weeks, then I'd have eggs for breakfast, then I'd have fruit for lunch. And I'd just keep adding all these single ingredient meals into my main meals. And what this did, it forced me to stop eating all the bad meals. Instead, because I'd be too full up. So I just started to cut out the bad meals and start to add the good meals in. As I started to also understand why I shouldn't eat these processed foods and why they're bad for me, as they don't fuel my body well. Then with time, through just being consistent with it, through keep trying, I had bad days, I had days where I cheated on my diet, but just through time and through consistency, I started to see the progress. I started to add more and more single ingredient foods and get a better diet. Then what this meant is I started to progress in the gym so much more. I started to get stronger than everybody else. So then I got more motivated and more pleased to do the diet. But at first I was really struggling with it and I really felt like I couldn't do it. But if you just fight through that period, if you just keep going, if I just kept staying consistent like I did, then I get to a point now where I don't struggle with eating the junk food anymore. Instead, I just don't want to eat it because I know it will bring me down, it will burden me. You got to push through that first period. That's the hardest period to do. But this was all for this video. Remember, it's a single ingredient diet, the unprocessed diet. That is how I lost the 20 kg of weight. And that's how you can too. So thank you for watching. Please click the link in the description now for free coaching. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.